Welcome viewers, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today in my video I am going to explain the chapter Federalism of class 10. This is part 2. In part 1 we read about what is federalism, key features of federalism. Then we read about the types of federalism, in which we read about coming together and holding together. This is the continuation of the chapter. Now here the question is, what makes India a federal country? India is a union of states based on the principle of federalism. It means that we have divided the power between center, state and local government. Now let's come to the important points of the topic, what makes India a federal country. First and most important feature or the point is that there is three-tier government. It means we have three levels of government: center, state and local government. But in Indian Federation, all states do not have identical powers. Some of the units enjoy very little power. Some states have more power and some have less power. Then it is the feature of another feature is complex process is laid down to make changes in the power sharing arrangement between center and state government. What does it mean? That complex, it is not easy for either center or state to make changes in the power sharing arrangement. Center has to take state government along with to make major changes. Both center and state have to come together to make changes, like for the boundaries of the states, even adding more boundaries, lessening the boundaries. It is that center and state government both have to make changes with the mutual consent, like for passing the bill in Lok Sabha as well as states also. Then judiciary play an important role in overseeing the implementation of constitutional provisions. Judiciary, it is that each state has its high court, but judiciary here there is constitutional provision. Whatever is written in the constitution, it is clearly marked in the constitution that whatever comes under the jurisdiction of central government has to work. Wherever it comes under the jurisdiction of state government, they have to work according to the constitutional provision. Now, powers to legislate. What does legislate means? To make laws. It is not that center can make any change in the subject which are in the state list, or in the state can make changes in the union list. No, it has been clearly marketed in the constitution. For example, in union list there are 5 major subjects. We call it subjects. First is defense. Here you can see I have written police in the state list. You must have not heard about the Punjab Army or Haryana Army or UP Army. It is only Indian Army. Whereas police, you can say Delhi Police, Haryana Police, Punjab Police or UP Police, Rajasthan Police. Then foreign affairs. Foreign affairs is common for the entire country. So it doesn't come under state list. A state cannot have their own foreign relations with any of the country. It is only center who decides about that what relation we will have with other countries. Then banking. You know, recently in the last few years there has been brought a uniform banking system. Now you can go to any bank anywhere in India to work, to do your check your account or so. So banking comes under union list. Communication. The entire country has a common communication system which comes under union list. Then is currency. The currency which is applied in India is applied in all the states. No state itself has its own currency. The rupee is applied throughout the country and it comes under union list. As I discussed, police. Each state has its own police. Each state has its own trade policy. Then agriculture. Some states are rich in agriculture, some don't have that much of, some are good in mining, but each state has its own agriculture. They collect revenue on that. They have the power of legislation over agriculture. Then irrigation. Irrigation also is a state subject. Then concurrent list. There is education comes under concurrent list. Concurrent list is where union and state both have power. We have in education we have state boards, we have central board also. Education. Then forest. Forest we cannot stop it on the boundaries of the states. Forest may stretch over, cover many states. So forest again, it doesn't come under one state. So the center as well as state both have control over the or have legislation over the forest. Then marriage. Any person can get married to a girl or girl can get married to a person living in other state. It's not under any center or state. Marriage, adoption, same way like marriage, adoption and succession also comes under concurrent list. So this way there is threefold distribution. Then residuary subjects are also there, which has the subjects which have been added recently. Like your cyber comes under residuary subject. So this way power to legislation have threefold distribution. Now next topic is how is federalism practiced. Federalism experiment succeeded in India due to following policies. India followed some to bring it into practice. We had to follow the policies. What were those policies? First of all, linguistic states. Second is language policy. And third is center-state relation. Now, when India got independence and there was now the need to divide India into states. So, the question was, what should be the base of having states or the federalism? So, at that time, the State Organization Commission was set up and they gave their recommendation that the state should be set up on the basis of language. Like for Hindi speaking Uttar Pradesh, in South, Tamil Nadu, Tamil speaking, in Kerala, Malayalam speaking. So this way. Then language policy. It was, Hindi was made a language for all. It was made a national language, but it was only 40% people could speak and understand Hindi. So there was demand that Hindi cannot be the language to be applied on all the states. So what was done? Beside Hindi, each language, the languages in India were given place in the constitution. So beside Hindi languages, there were other languages were also given place. Then center-state relation. There was again a big question mark on federalism when there was problem between center and state. Center and state, there were conflicts. Wherever there was different government in the state, there was conflict between the party ruling in center and state. So there was defection. And whenever there was problem between center and state used to suffer. How state used to suffer? On the recommendation of the governor. Whenever governor used to give recommendation that state government is not working properly, center had to take the decision in dissolving the government. But this condition improved with coalition trade. Now what is coalition? Coalition is when a government is formed with the help of the parties. Whenever there is any short of numbers to prove the majority, there was state parties, they gave their support to the government, center government, to form their parties. So that way center-state relations improved later on. Then another important step to further strengthen the federalism was decentralization. It was done in 1992. Now to understand this, first of all we should know what is decentralization. When power is taken away from the center and state government and given to the local government, that is decentralization, and this was done in year 1992. Now it was not that the local government was not working before 1992, but most of the time elections were not held regularly. So there were some steps were taken towards decentralization. Which were those steps? First and most important was it was made mandatory to have regular elections for the local government, and every 5 years elections of local government now are held at regular interval. Seats are reserved for scheduled castes, scheduled tribes and OBCs. Third is 1/3 seats are reserved for women. This was not possible in center and state legislature, but this was a major achievement of decentralization, that 1/3 seats were reserved for women in the local government. Then State Election Commission has been set up, which is again like Election Commission is an independent body which conduct elections of panchayat and municipal elections. So these were the steps taken towards decentralization. Now to understand the local government works at two levels. One is rural, in which there is panchayat, and in urban area it's municipalities. So in rural area panchayat we have gram panchayat, zilla parishad. Then in municipalities it depends on the population of the small town or city, and the municipalities are formed accordingly. Students, I hope that you are able to understand the chapter, and this is the crust of the chapter, and first part you can see in my description box. Any other query or the question you want to ask, you can see in my description box. You can send message to me if you want to know more about. I hope that you people like the video, and do like the channel and please subscribe it. Thank you.